Okay. Girl, I have everything on here.
Is this thing on? Okay, what's good, everyone?
What's up?
It's your girl Emenet
And Brandy.
and we just landed in New York. We are from California. We're in the middle of a cross-country move, in the middle of a pandemic.
Call us brave, call us crazy, whatever you want to call it.
Call it what it is, but we doing what we need to do.
Period.
We are with all our shit. That's all our shit right there. And we got Stone. He's also moving with us. Say hi to the camera. Okay, that's all you all get for now. We'll do another video once we get there and kind of talk about more about what we're really doing, and we're just kind of really winging it, to be honest. Hi guys, welcome to the Emmy Experience. We talk about everything and anything under the sun, and today's video, I have my roommate Brandy here.
Hey guys.
Today's video, we're gonna be talking about our move to New York City, across country in the middle of COVID-19. So we're gonna let you know how we did it, why we did it, and everything in between.
I'm originally from the Bay Area. I moved out to Los Angeles for college and I lived there for 3 years. And during this whole pandemic, I had to move back home and then figure out like my next move pretty much. But yeah, so I decided to move to New York where, you know, I relate to the people more.
For me, moving, it was kind of like basically the same reason. We both grew up in the same town, Nevada, so Bay Area, and I moved to San Francisco. I lived in San Francisco for 5 years, and then I graduated and I moved back home. So that's kind of how we like kind of started talking more, like once we were like back. And I was in the same boat. Like I knew that small town was just not it. I just felt stuck. I felt like I reached my cap. I reached my like growing point in California. For me, it was like either moving to New York or moving to London, just because like we out of the States, right? But it was really dope that we were able to do the move together. And we both like, I've always wanted to move to New York and like to be in Brooklyn. Like I just really fuck with Brooklyn. The vibe, the culture, the people, like there's so many black owned restaurants like that we get to like support, which I know we're kind of like fast forwarding a little bit. We'll get to like all that New York has to offer a little bit later. But yeah, that was just kind of like I was just in a transitional period. I knew that I needed to move. I knew I needed to be somewhere that was just a bit more of a fast pace. Because we didn't really plan this. And mind you, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Let's see. Okay, so we kind of like, we were talking about moving, but we didn't really know like when it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I think like hearing Emmy say that she wanted to move to New York kind of like made me want to just decide on moving to New York, because I was like, it'd be really good to have somebody to go through it with. And you know, she decided to move to New York as well because it made it so much easier for both of us.
It made all the difference just to have someone like to lean on, and you know, just like to look at the apartments with, and then like splitting the financial burdens. So supported when you're moving with someone, and like someone that you like gets what you're going through, consult you on like the right decision to make. But when we moved, I think, so I was actually in LA. I was like just like lollygagging in LA. That's a different story. But I just remember like we were talking about it. We were talking about moving. We were talking about making it happen. And then like I just remember one day getting a call from you, and like you were like, okay, like let's book this flight. Like I saw this flight. It was pretty cheap. Like it's 2 weeks from now. And I was just like, oh shit. Like but I felt like, I mean, I think we both kind of knew like it was gonna be like when we move, it was gonna be like we're just gonna do it. Like it wasn't gonna be like, oh, let's move 4 months from now. Like let's plan all that out. Like so it was just kind of crazy when it actually like happened. Like it was just like, oh shit, like we're really doing this.
For me, it was a little different. Like I had everything planned out. Like I'm like I don't know, I like to have a schedule. I like to have a to-do list. So I kind of had a plan just coming out of LA and moving back to the Bay. I had like a plan of what I wanted to do, so I knew, okay, wherever I'm gonna move to, I knew I was gonna have to get an Airbnb. I knew I was gonna obviously have to pay for the ticket and all that. I already had all that stuff written down, but I just didn't decide on the place.
Yeah.
But I already knew like all the stuff I had to do because I don't know, I just think like 5 steps ahead sometimes. I'm always thinking about like what's next, and I just wasn't happy being in the Bay.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we didn't wait like
facts.
not even a month, because we was really just trying to get out of there.
Yeah. For me, it was the opposite. Like for me, it was like I knew I was moving to New York, and I knew I was moving to New York in 2020. I just didn't know when. I didn't know like, cause I already know if I want something to happen, it's gonna happen. I don't really need to worry about the little details. It's gonna pop up. Like I don't know, like big things like that. Like like little things, I'm very like, I need to plan it all out. But then like big things, I'm like, all right, we're just gonna go with the flow. So that's why when I got that call, it was like, all right, we in there, like swim there. Like we just about to make this move.
So the first thing we did, I think we were looking at Airbnbs first, no?
Yeah,
just to see like what the prices was looking like,
and then in the boroughs, because also, so when we moved, we kind of knew we wanted to move to Brooklyn. So like that kind of made it easier, like looking for Airbnb like close to Brooklyn or in Brooklyn.
I'm looking at different dates to see how long we wanted to stay in the Airbnb, like how long it would take us to find a place. So we decided to stay at an Airbnb in Brooklyn for 2 weeks while we search for apartments and try to get like our lives organized.
So let me just give y'all like a better understanding. So we just booked a one-way flight. 2 weeks before it. Booked an Airbnb before, like once we booked the flight for 2 weeks, and that was really it. Like we just we had money saved up. Like we're not like that reckless. We booked a one-way flight the same day. Figured out an Airbnb to stay at, and then we really just like didn't know like what we were gonna expect. We just knew it was gonna be a new journey, and it worked out. Clearly, like meaning we're in our apartment right now. Clearly you can't really see it, but
literally that simple. Looking at the Airbnbs. Did we book our flight before the Airbnb?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were like,
we booked our ticket for August 14th. Then we started looking at the B&Bs. We paid around $700 each for 2 weeks. And it was a studio apartment.
Yeah, in Bed-Stuy.
And like this cute little brownstone.
Once we got to our Airbnb, like I think we were like on a weekend. So like we had that weekend to just be like, oh my god, we're in New York, like yay, turn up, right? But then Monday came around and we're like, all right, let's get to business. So once Monday came around, that's when we were really like on Street Easy. Like I know there's a bunch of other apps like Zillow and like things like that to look for apartments.
Apartments.com. But Street Easy was the best website to use to search for apartments. So we're finally looking at our first apartment.
Looking in Brooklyn, and
we're in Crown Heights.
It's kind of a small space. Not really what we're looking for, but it's our first place. It's our 3rd day here, so I think that's still a pretty good sign. It's the beginning of the hunt. I've watched a lot of other people's YouTube videos of like looking for apartments in New York, and it does take a while. But we do have a few more appointments to look forward to, and
well, the neighborhood that we're looking at right now is Crown Heights. It's not, the cleanest, but this place was affordable, and it's not terrible. Just didn't have exactly what we're looking for, which was like natural lighting, just big enough space. But this isn't a bad first apartment.
It's nicely renovated too.
It is.
Which
the bathroom.
The kitchen, which we really weren't expecting. It just doesn't have enough space, even though it's just 2 of us. Hey guys, we're still looking at apartments in Brooklyn, and today's definitely a lot better of a day. We've only looked at 1 place so far. We have 4 to see today. Yesterday we saw 2.
Yeah, it was a little difficult to schedule all the appointments, kind of like in an organized fashion, but we made it happen and got all the apartments like right after each other. So we're gonna be on a mission today.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's really nice about like looking for an apartment in New York. The supervisors, the landlords, they get back to you really quickly. So a lot of the appointments that we made today, which is actually really nice. So the quick turnaround time, they get back to you pretty quickly, which is nice.
You know how they say apartments in New York are gonna be funny looking or like a funny layout or just off? That is true. So just to keep in mind for those who want to move to New York, you will have to do a bit of searching.
Yeah, a lot of searching. We're on our third place? So we're still hopeful that we'll find the best spot.
We're in one right now.
This is a good spot. We have tons of space, hardwood floors. One of the rooms is like proportionally smaller than the other. We have 4 today.
Don't do what we did, because we saw like 65 apartments in 2 weeks. It was but also we're just extra like that, and like we're just like we're not satisfied, because looking for an apartment in New York is stressful. Like honestly, I don't think I could have done what I did with anybody else but Brandy. We were really good at like not breaking down. Mind you, it was just like time was ticking. Like we had to be out of our Airbnb by the 1st. We didn't really know where we were going. We kept looking at these apartments, and all these apartments that we didn't really like, or it was like they were too small. The lighting wasn't right. Like just the things that like the kitchen space wasn't right. Just little things like that that like is not a little thing when you're trying to like live there. So like we just had a lot of things that we wouldn't compromise on, and Street Easy did have a lot of places that accommodated you on that. And then another thing I liked about Street Easy was all the agents there get back to you really quickly. Like a lot of them, if you like ask them like I want to view this place like tomorrow or something, they'll get back to you like that same like within an hour sometimes. They get back to you pretty quickly.
There was a lot of vacant apartments, so I think people were really trying to sell, you know.
That was definitely like, as crazy as it sounds to move like in the middle of a pandemic, like the perks of moving in the middle of a pandemic was that the apartments were cheap as fuck. Like cheap as fuck. Like we got a nice ass apartment for like $300, $400 less than it's actually worth. That was a good deal. So if y'all are watching this and y'all thinking about moving, the housing market is going down. Like and it's still the pandemic, right? Just something to consider if your lease is up. Not even like if you're trying to move to New York, but anyway.
Street Easy allows you to filter like what you're looking for. So we're looking for a 2-bedroom. We're looking in Brooklyn, mainly like Bed-Stuy, Bushwick, Flatbush.
Yeah, Crown Heights.
Ocean Hill. Yeah, those were like the neighborhoods that we really wanted to.
We were pretty set on Brooklyn, like it's kind of where we see ourselves more. So
yeah, Street Easy has. What was I saying about Street Easy? Oh yeah, Street Easy allows you to filter like what you're looking for, like the area, the neighborhoods you're looking for, the price range you're looking for.
Train lines, that's actually really convenient too. What train lines you want to be off of. We
definitely took that into consideration. We're looking for a 2-bedroom under like $2,200.
But we had a lot of like non-negotiables. So looking for in an apartment was,
we wanted natural lighting,
good room size.
Yes, space is important.
I needed a big closet, sort of balcony
or a roof access,
good counter space in the kitchen.
We wanted a clean apartment, you know, kind of new, renovated, just clean, because we don't do the bugs.
We do not do the bugs, the rodents, no pets.
Besides stove.
We want to be close to a good train that'll take us to Manhattan kind of easily.
So we wanted to be either close to the J, the A,
the 4, 5, or 6.
And then what else were we looking for? Oh, laundry.
Oh, laundry in the building.
That was a fail.
That was like the only thing we didn't get.
Yeah.
Out of everything else, which is not bad. I mean, your first New York apartment won't be perfect, and I mean, we got kind of close to it, so but
so
still not perfect. But
we're super like thankful and happy that we found what we did.
That was kind of what we were looking for. So what was the process like to find the apartment, you ask? Well, that's literally, when I tell you the 2 weeks, those 2 weeks was like dedicated to finding an apartment. Like we were booked and busy. We had a whole ass schedule, okay? We literally were from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every hour on the hour looking at an apartment. Maybe more than one apartment in the hour. Like it was just a lot.
It was a lot of walking because
oh, that could be my glasses. My glasses came.
What the fudge?
Amazon?
Why couldn't she just say that? If it's a delivery, just say delivery.
Oh, but honestly, I think the reason I found an apartment in 2 weeks is because we looked at like 65 apartments.
Yeah, we're extra. We did not need to look at that many apartments.
Yeah. Also, don't do what we did and start looking at apartments out of your budget. Because we wasted like a good 3 days with the back to back looking at apartments
Out of our budget because we wanted something nice. But it's okay. After
back.
Yeah, we snapped back real quick. Was looking only in our budget, and yeah, we still saw a lot of apartments going from like apartment to apartment. Literally, we seen like 7 apartments in a day.
Yeah.
Like, and that's every day for 2 weeks. Every day, no breaks.
Yeah. So once we were done with those days, tequila.
Ooh, yeah. We needed drinks right after. Like,
Tequila.
7, 8 o'clock hit. It was time for dinner and some drinks, okay?
That was actually another thing, because like we were staying in Bed-Stuy, and we didn't really realize, like, I guess we were kind of like asleep on Bed-Stuy because we just kept looking at apartments in other neighborhoods, because every day, like after our search, we would like, you know, check out a spot in our neighborhood. And then I think by the end of the first week, that's when we realized, like, oh shit, like we actually like this area.
Yeah.
So when the second week came along, that's when we started to really like try to stay looking at apartments in Bed-Stuy. And that's when we started to have like a lot more luck with apartments. Like surprisingly, we found like a lot like more bang for your buck space wise, and like the things that we were looking for in this neighborhood. And it's a lot more black.
There's bomb food.
Parks.
There's parks. Yeah, that was a big one for us too. We wanted to be near parks. We need nature in our lives, and Stone needs nature in his life. Yeah, there was some funky looking apartments. Like when we're looking in Crown Heights, I want to say like they just weren't the cleanest and
weren't well renovated.
Yeah, like at all. And then what else? We were finding like some places with small offices, and they would still be listed under 2 bedrooms. So that was like a big problem for us. We couldn't find something with the same like space. What else did we find? Some weird like stuff in apartments.
It's like weird shapes. I think there was some where it would be like you walk through and it's like the kitchen and the bathroom, and like is there like right next to, or like in the same kind of room, and like that's kind of weird. Or like it was like this really small bathroom, so it's like you step in and then it's like everything, like you can't really turn. It's like the bathtub's right there, and then it's like the toilet's right there. Or just like not well renovated apartments.
We found that some apartments didn't even have windows. Like some rooms had no windows.
Oh yeah.
That was out too. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, the walk-through rooms was a no for us. We could not do that.
Oh yeah, like the connecting room. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those. We couldn't do it.
We need our privacy.
Yeah.
We need to be on opposite sides.
Oh yeah, that was big too. And we found a place.
We got that
with
God's help.
Okay, so we are aware that not everybody will have a roommate right moving in. So we were looking, like we thought about this just because like as an alternative, if we couldn't find a spot, we were willing to move in with other people and have roommates. Some of the websites or apps that they told us to use was Gypsy Housing.
Oh yeah, Gypsy Housing, that's our Facebook group. There's a lot on Facebook for like looking for like New York roommates. It was like, I think there's even like just different apps. I don't know.
Nooklin was another one.
There's one like called Roomies.
Roomies, yes. And then I think Mooring, something like that. Yeah. And then also, Craigslist. Craigslist can go directly to the owner of the building rather than an agent who might charge a broker's fee.
Yeah.
How much was those broker's fees?
Ooh, broker's fees, y'all, are like 1 month's rent.
Yeah, that shit gotta go.
Gotta go. We did have to pay a broker's fee for this apartment, but it was only like $500.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Yeah, we got really lucky, because if it was to match it, I would have been like, no. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done in that situation. This apartment is perfect.
But we did find some apartments where there was no broker's fee, so you will be able to find some without a broker's fee.
Yeah, I think more of the apartments that don't have a broker's fee are going to be the ones where you're in touch with an agent, but the agent doesn't show you the apartment. So the agent will just be like, oh, it's unit 3C, go in, and
Yeah,
tell you like,
give you the code.
yeah, give you the key or whatever. Usually, if that's the situation that you're dealing with, they probably won't have a broker's fee. But if it's someone like actually showing you the apartment and like trying to recommend you other apartments, then there's definitely going to be a broker's fee. So just so you know, that's a little tip.
When you do find a place that you like, it's really good to put an application like right away, just because they do go really fast. Like, we were looking back at some apartments that we liked and we realized they're already gone. So
make a move quick.
Make it quick, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the documents that they ask for are like pay stubs, 2 months worth of pay stubs.
Yeah. Your bank statements.
Also 2 months of bank statements, or 3 sometimes. Tax returns, they do ask for tax returns.
They'll do a credit
or
check
W-2s
on you, so that they give you like a fee to do the credit check.
Yeah, that's the application fee. It's usually what, 20 to 30. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Just proof. It's really just documents that prove that you can afford the place.
Yeah.
And then proof of your credit. So, fun fact about this apartment. So we ended up finding an apartment that actually is 3 blocks away from our Airbnb.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really crazy because we really we're on the same street as our Airbnb, and we really liked this area and the fact that we're like even closer to a park now, and there's just like a lot more like Black-owned restaurants in this area, and it's just like a cute area. We got cute people. It's very Black. We needed that. We really needed that, especially coming from California. Like, it's not as diverse, so
yeah,
just to like walk around and just be Black
and run into your fellow Haitians, your fellow Dominicans. Like, that's a big one for me, because being in LA, like, I probably met like 1 Haitian person. Like, it's hard to connect with people when they just don't have the same background or similar backgrounds as you. And people out here, you know, you get people from different like cultures, different ethnic backgrounds. So it's cool. Like, it's a melting pot, and I love that.
I love the bodegas. Like, I just love running to my little bodega, and he got everything I need, which is like, even the randomest things. It's nice to like support a lot of local businesses, like little shops that have everything instead of giving your money to Target all the time. We got really lucky to find this place. We got lucky that they were able to give it to us for a little bit less than it's worth. It has everything that we were looking for. Good sized rooms. We're on opposite sides of the apartment. Counter space, great lighting, fire escape, roof access,
a nice kitchen,
well renovated,
clean building, like a 3-floor walk up.
We're close to we're like a 25-minute train ride to Manhattan, like Lower East Side, which is perfect.
Yeah, and a 12-minute walk to the train, which is also perfect.
Yeah. So basically, I know there's a lot of people that didn't think we could do this.
You were wrong.
That are watching this video now and seeing us.
You were wrong.
In our new apartment. And now we out here in New York in our new apartment. So that's all we gotta say. I just feel like, just don't be stagnant in life, and like just take that risk. And I think we both, like, even though like I kind of went in this like just like I'm going in, and even though she did plan it a little bit more, like it was still like very unknown. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. All we did was book a 1-way flight and book 2-week Airbnb. So we didn't know what was gonna happen, and we didn't know that like things would just work out so well for us. And like that's another reason why I feel like we're just so like divinely led to be here, because nothing's really been that difficult. Like, yes, finding an apartment was extremely stressful, and like we did like break down a little bit, but like we're strong, and like we had each other, which was like a really like a helpful thing, because it gave us some motivation to keep going. And like you know, that's just what you have to do in life. You have to keep going. Like, that's just a small example of how life will treat you. And now we're in our new apartment, and we took the risk. And if you feel like taking a risk on something, you know, it could work out.
Like, you have control over your life. You get to control like pretty much your reality and what is going on in your life. Like, real shit. It led us here, and now I feel like we're definitely closer to where we want to be, like career wise, and just like,
yeah, a lot of things just keep like working out for us, like tune our own horn or anything. But like, you know, just and that's how you know you made the right decision, because I feel like we keep getting, even though we're not really like, we're here and like things, we're in a way better situation now and whatnot, but a way better place, but there's still room for an improvement. And the fact that like we keep getting all these good like little signs that happen, like it lets us know that we made the right decision. And Stone agrees.
Yes, Stone is happy. That is our story and how we got here. Thank you guys for watching the video. We really appreciate y'all.
Don't forget to thumbs up this video, hit that subscribe button over here, and thanks for watching.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.